welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival. This is our 25th silver anniversary, and we're so excited to be here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Black Magic Design, the Sedona Rouge Hotel, where we're coming live to you live, and Digitech, so thank you to our sponsors. And I want to introduce you to two filmmakers, Amy and Paul, from the film Grateful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Good to be here, thank you.
And this is a first for us standing up, so I just want to say it's actually a wonderful thing, and you kind of caught us off guard a little bit, but this is great. It's great. So I want to talk a little bit about your film. Tell me about Grateful.
Go ahead, Amy.
Well, Grateful is a film about Jenny Burbitsky, who's an ALS survivor. She was given 1 to 2 years to live, but she's lived over 10 years. And she just has this incredible spirit, and she's courageous, and she's just cheered on people all across the world, actually. And she has a group called Jenny's Village. And so Paul and I decided to make this film really to just help families or help individuals, or actually anybody. Doesn't even have to have something with ALS to overcome any obstacles that they have in life.
How did you get into contact with her?
I met a lady. I had a film in Heartland International Film Festival in Indianapolis. This was like almost 2 years ago now. And I met a lady named Jean there. And Jean knew Jenny and told me about Jenny. She said something like, Paul, you should think about making a film about this lady I know named Jenny who has ALS. And I said, okay. If you put me in touch with her, I'll check it out. I'll investigate. And so I went to meet Jenny and met Jenny's mom and her husband and the son, and then I read the draft of her book, and I became very interested in doing this story about Jenny.
Now, how long did it take for you to do this particular film?
It took approximately a year from beginning to end. I did the first shoot very, very quickly because I knew Jenny was very weak. I mean, she's at the end of her life, and she's very well aware of that herself. She's been in hospice now for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So she talks about it very openly in the film, that she's at the end of her life. She's facing it with real courage and honesty and authenticity. And that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to do her story, is because she's so open and genuine and has the courage to talk about things that most people don't have the courage to talk about.
And I also think what's really wonderful that we try to get the film completed is because Jenny's able to experience it. She has a young son and her husband and her family, and so all of her friends and all of Jenny's Village. So that really makes it extra special that she's actually being able to see it and experience it, because she really doesn't have a lot of time, and she just has so much support that we're just excited, and we're super excited to be at the Sedona International Film Festival.
Well, we are so excited to have you here, and I do want to take a look at your clip, if we may.
ALS is a tricky disease. Just when you think you've got it figured out, I can handle this. Something else is taking away. So I went to go see a neurologist, a friend, and I convinced myself it was MS. I put the profile in my mind, it made perfect sense. And then that doctor, he knew better and took one look at me and my quivering tongue and told me I had ALS. And from that moment on, my life is never will be the same. A few days later, we went back to that doctor. I had an MRI, It's a lab work in the meantime. And it all confirms my diagnosis. ALS. You have 18 to 24 months to live. And it's been nearly 9 years.
Sorry.
Oh.
So I'd like to say I view Jenny as a hero, and she's on a hero's journey, and she has courage to face this incredibly difficult disease, and it's inspired me to face my obstacles in a better, more positive way. And people do watch the film and they cry and they laugh, and sometimes they cry and laugh at the same time, because later in the film there's some very humorous aspects to the stories that she tells. So it's a real privilege to get to be here and to tell this story and to show this film here in Sedona. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. And so many people, the reason I'm so proud about this film is so many people, like you just are a little teary-eyed, they come back and they've said, Amy, I just can't go see this because I have a husband or a friend or somebody that just passed away, or somebody's going through ALS or even cancer or something else, and they just think it's going to really be too emotional for them. And then they come back and then they just like hug me and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for making this movie, because it's inspiring. It gives you the power to be a superhero, to help others, and it's just really inspiring. And I have to just say one thing. Jenny's mom made this necklace, and we kind of made it Sedona inspired for your festival, because this was one of Jenny's most favorite festivals, and she wished she could be here with us, but she's here in spirit. And we are so proud, and thank you so much to the Sedona International Film Festival for letting us be a part of this. We're screening with Toxic Puzzle, and so we're super excited and very honored. Thank you. I'm like so emotional.
No, I know. I'm sitting here crying. I'm like, oh my God. No, and I want to thank you for this. And I think, looking at Jenny, what brings to mind for me is that the bravery, for her to continue. I mean, there's so many people out there right now that, with suicide and everything like that, they want to end their life, but she, continues to move on.
She keeps moving forward.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me. Every day, you don't know, just like she said, I was only supposed to live a certain amount of time, but how do you live your life every day wondering if today is going to be your last day?
Yeah. She starts by saying, ALS is a tricky, tricky disease. And we could say life is a tricky, tricky thing. Just when we think we've got to figure it out, something else, is taken away, something else changes, something else goes off the rails, So this is a story for everybody. We're all dealing with challenges and obstacles every day of our lives, pretty much. And Jenny's a great example for me personally on how to face my challenges and to keep moving forward.
And what about you, Amy? I know, what has this brought to you?
This has just brought joy. I mean, I'm telling you, please try to see this film. We screen today, and we screen on Friday at the Sedona Film Festival, and I tell you, it will really change your mind, your spirit, your heart, and you too will become part of Jenny's village when you see this film.
I think I already am. I know. Well, how can people find out more about it and get in touch with you on this?
We have a Facebook page under Grateful, the Jenny Burbitsky story. We do tweet here and there, but really mostly we just have a great, vast community. Also, Joyce and Jenny, Joyce Kleiman, who is Jenny's mother, they wrote a book too, and so you can go to the website too.
ALS Saved My Life
Yeah.
is the name of the book. It's on Amazon.com, and yeah, find us on Facebook. That's the best place to find
Yeah.
us and connect with us.
Okay, well, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I look
Thank you,
forward to
Yes.
seeing
Great.
you after this, and please tell Jenny that give her best.
I
from
think
We
she's
will.
watching. I
Thank
think she's
you.
watching right now.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Well, Jenny, we love you. If you are watching, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And we'll be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this.